Welcome into another edition of the Leadership Library, hosted by CEO and author Rocky Romanella. Rocky is the author of the book Tighten the Lug Nuts, The Principles of Balanced Leadership, and has over 40 years of business experience as a prominent member of the UPS Supply Chain Solutions team, as well as the CEO of Unitech Global Services. So sit back, grab your notebook, and take a seat, and get ready for this edition of the Leadership Library.
Welcome to the Leadership Library. I'm your host, Rocky Romanella. By the way, have a great Thanksgiving. I'm thankful for you as my Leadership Library family. Thank you for all of your support. Thank you for your subscriptions. Thanks for purchasing a book, and thanks for being a part of the Leadership Library family. So let's talk about, I think, an exciting topic, partnership. And as I say here, what was once old may now be new. Now, I kind of grew up in an organization that was promotion from within, and we had equity stakes inside the organization, and we called each other partners. And I love being inside that organization, and I know that sounds old-fashioned, but I do think partnership's an important thing. And I think there's ways to do it in today's world that I think is really important and very valuable. For me, partnerships involves a deep-rooted commitment, and I think that's so important, right? And that's what we want from the people in our care. We want them to be committed to us, but we need to be committed to them, and I think partnership could help with that. I think partnership involves this thinking of a greater good rather than an individual good, and I think it's a healthy, successful partnership requires an open mind, some compromise, collaboration, and respect. So for me, those are all good parts of partnership. And so I think if you can develop a partnership inside your organization, that thinking like an owner concept, I think it goes a long way. I think one of the ways to promote and grow partnership is by building upon the legacy of the organization. And I think you start to celebrate the common bond that we have as an organization and as leaders in the organization. So to me, partnership has a lot of value, has a lot of opportunities. I do think, though, how I come up with this, what was once old, maybe the equity side of things, maybe that may be a little bit old school. And so if you choose to go old school with an ownership component, that's a good thing. It may be more difficult to do, but I do think if you're creative, you can start to create incentives or a reward system for partnership that may be more important in today's world. For example, I know we do a lot on tuition. A lot of companies do stuff on tuition reimbursement. I think that's a good thing. But if you think about tuition reimbursement, it's a fixed amount, and it may be one class at a time. Maybe a way to make this part of a partnership that makes it a little bit more meaningful is the way they have, graduates, assistants, in sports in college, where you're a graduate assistant and your master's, for example, is paid for as being a part of a graduate assistant program. Well, maybe part of the the partnership that you can, partnership model you can have in your organization is kind of that graduate assistant tuition reimbursement process where, okay, you're going to be a graduate assistant. We're going to pay for your master's over the next 2 years in full. And here are the goals you have to achieve, and this buys you into the partnership. And instead of an equity stake, you're getting a tuition reimbursement stake. If you've done with your school, and some people may say, well, I'm done with my school, I've got my master's, I paid for it all. Well, today, student debt's such a big topic. Maybe part of your, kind of new way to do partnership is, as part of your incentive, as part of your partnership stake, instead of equity, you're now getting, tuition, not reimbursement, you're getting student debt money. So, okay, you have X amount of student debt, you lay out a plan over the next 5 years. How can you pay down that student debt? It's part of your partnership. So instead of getting an equity stake each year, you're getting student debt payments each year. And then maybe at the end of the 5 year, now you roll into more of an equity position. So there's ways to do with this partnership, but at the end of the day, I think it's such a valuable part of this whole building an organization that people work together, they feel good about it, and they're acting like owners. When you act like an owner, you emulate the organization's values and mission with each decision you make. You're the model of excellence and honesty and integrity and the core in all you do. But more important than anything else, when you're a partner or you have a stake, leaders check their egos at the door. because now they're part of something bigger than them. That to me is the most valuable part of partnership. So maybe what was once old, the traditional partnership with equity stake, maybe now we can do something new with it, with tuition reimbursement, student debt repayments, whatever we can do to make people feel like they're part of something bigger, something special, I think goes a long way to retaining the best top talent in the industry. And I think it makes them feel good about being part of your organization. Have a great Thanksgiving. Be safe. And thank you. Thank you. My thanks is to you for being part of the Leadership Library family. Thank you for supporting us. Thank you for buying books. Thank you for having you and your friends subscribe. I can't thank you enough. Be safe and have a great Thanksgiving with your families.